Hello, everybody, and welcome back on AdobeLive.com. We are live from the OFF conference in Barcelona, OFF 2017. And before we begin with Ben and Julia, I just wanted to make a couple of housekeeping notes for everyone. So please watch this stream on AdobeLive.com because that's really where the best experience is. That's where you can access the chat. That's where you can look at the recordings of past streams we've had. Like this is day 3 from OFF. This is our last day streaming here. It's this last day for you as well, I guess. Yes. And so if you want to see the replays, there's a replays tab where you can see all of the replays. And as soon as we're done with Ben and Julia, the replay will be there as well, if you want to catch up, if you came in the middle or something like that. And also, there's a tab that says contest, and this is a link to our Take 10 contest. This is a contest where we give you 10 Adobe stock images that you need to combine in a very creative way, and there's quite a few things to win there. There's an iPad and with the Apple Pencil and of course Creative Cloud subscription, etc. Also, there's a button at in the lower part that lets you subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel, which is very useful if you want to be kept in the loop about future streams. We're actually streaming live every second week here on AdobeLive.com. And we're always inviting great guests for you to learn about their workflows, about their art, their designs, etc. All right? And last thing is in about half an hour, we're going to also do some portfolio reviews. We're going to have one person with us here live at OFF in Barcelona and one person on the stream. So, Ben and Julia, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you very
Hello.
much. Hi, guys.
Hello. So Ben and Julia are, well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so we are Ben and Julia, and we started in 2006. Mm-hmm. So when we started, I mean, Julia was already working a little bit at the television and me more in agencies, and but we didn't really like it, and we felt like trying something together, you know, and so we started like mainly with the music videos, like.
Okay.
And then a little bit of commercials, and then we moved from Paris to Berlin.
Okay.
And that's where we are now since 6 years.
All right. How's Berlin? How is it different from Paris?
Wow, yeah, it's really different. It's like okay, so there is a lot of talented people in Berlin, but there is no competition. You know, it's like
so it's chill.
Yeah, it's really chill. Yes. It's like it's a little bit like in festivals actually, when you meet everybody and you greet, and even though you
don't see them as
sometimes, yeah, exactly.
Right?
But in Berlin, nobody is competitors because everybody is trying to get jobs from somewhere else. You know, so there is no like real. Yeah, it's nice, and also it enabled us to have a proper studio. We had a first studio that was more like an atelier, because we were doing at that time more like artistic project paintings and stuff like this, and then we got a new one that was more oriented into post-production for grading, and because the color took so much space in our work that we really needed 12-bit monitors, like all the cool equipment, and since 1 year now, we got like 2 extra space. So now we have a shooting studio, an atelier for creation, all the costumes and stuff, and then the post-production boutique.
All right. And so cool. This is something that I see a pattern, like many people, like first like in agencies or like in television, and then decide, okay, no, I can't deal with this. I want to create my own thing. How did that work out at the beginning?
Yeah, well. First, you want to do, you kind of pick some artists you like or directors you like, and then you think like, okay, I want to be like them. That's exactly what I want to do. I mean, Julia, because also she studied in London and she knew, like, she met lots of production companies, so she already knew how it works, but myself, not at all, like, especially on an international level, I had no idea. So you pick, like, some references and then you try to see how they do and how they manage. And, I mean, everybody is unique, so obviously, like, it doesn't really work like this, but it helps, like, at least in the beginning. And then we figured out, like, because we heard it so much that we are really outsiders, you know, and that it's what we do is really special or unique, but most of the time we get this as not as a compliment, you know, but more like, okay, Ben and Julia, you're really nice, but it's too crazy. We're not going to do this with our product, and so yeah, and then you define yourself like. Because you hear it all the time, and then you're like, okay, so I'm an outsider, so this I should assume, and I want to go in this direction because that's exactly who we are. And then it helped, like, defining the direction we are taking, and the clients also we want to work with, the ones we don't want to work with, and Berlin for that also it's great because we don't really have this pressure with the money and well, we just need to have like employees and produce. No,
awesome. Nice. So there's a lot of people here, from Colombia, from London, Pakistan, Belgium, Italy. Wow, we have a very international audience.
Cool.
Yes, they're all behind that little thing there. Right? Hey there. So, Ben and Julia, why don't we start looking a little bit at your work? And I really invite, you navigate it.
All right.
Because you know exactly
so
what...
So that's the latest project we have released. It's for Nike. So Nike contacted us. It was part of a project for the launch of their new shoe Vapor Max. And I believe they asked 20 artists to make a piece, like animated GIF or video, but and something really contemporary that kind of reflects all the culture and the internet, and trying to put that together. So we made this one.
Là, tu mets la vidéo.
And that one. Maybe we can watch the videos. If I go in film, boom, there. So that's the visual we developed for the stills, and then you will see the.
Le plein écran.
Oh. So it's really short, you know, and we were supposed to make only one because we proposed 8 different ideas. Then they said, okay, you can actually do 2. Should I go full screen? No,
yes,
it's better for the audience.
Better, yes.
All right, and that's another one. That's the second one.
Max the Vapor.
Yeah, with this little dude.
Kiss my ears.
Kiss my ears. Yeah, that was already there, but. Yeah, I mean it's the dream project because first it's Nike and it's probably the brand we like the most.
I'm just checking. Yes.
Yes. Always.
Yes. Wow.
And
there's 2 pairs of Nikes down there. Yes.
And also we had like complete freedom, you know. It was really an artistic project. Now it's getting more and more like this. Like we kind of stop with all the pitching process that we used to do, and we get more projects like
people
directly.
Come to you because they just like your style or your
exactly,
thinking, and they trust you.
They want something crazy.
Yeah, they want something crazy.
And they want something crazy, and at the same time, they want it. I mean, when you do a pitch, you can't produce something really cool because that's not what's you don't have the time frame to do it actually. So what enables us to, I mean, all this studio setup we have now, it's what's good is that when we get the client or the idea or the script or whatever, we right away go in the shooting room, take some stuff in the atelier, and then start shooting. Go back in the editing room, putting stuff together, back in the studio. So we can like have like this process where it's really dynamic and
it's just
fast.
2 of you?
Most of the time it's just the 2 of us, and then if we get like a long-term project where we have 2-3 months, and we can develop like costumes and stuff like that, then we hire some freelancers in Berlin. It's full of it. Let's see some more stuff. That's so up there. What you see there?
Tino
Pizza. Yeah. This is a project we've been working on since 2 years now, like really actively since 2 years, and the last year focusing mainly on this. It's shot and produced fully in the studio, and it's with our production company Iconoclast, who supported us for the pilot, and then they will try to sell it. So it's still everything is really confidential, but we managed to produce 17.
You managed to put it like in the header.
Yeah, because we are really excited about it. It's really weird, you know, when you work 2 years on something and you believe it's your best work, but you can't share, you can't show anything, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to die slowly. But hopefully Nike contacted us, and it's still happening. So I guess 2 years for ourselves, it was like a lot, but for the people, not so much. That's a music video we did also. Cookie jar for traffic sign. Maybe we can have a look.
Steve Bug.
Do they get the sound? No.
Yes. Do we have the sound? Yes. We don't hear the sound.
Okay. All right.
I'll have to watch it again to get the sound.
Okay.
Definitely a very personal style,
right?
I
see some comments. This was disturbing.
I think you get my meaning. I think you understood. Cause I'm sort of leaning from the sugar to the good. I like what you're cooking. Those cookies smell good. First you start with flour, about 500 grams. In a separate bowl, mix the eggs, beat it in by hand. Then you add some milk and salt, vanilla, of course you can.
So Ilgar is asking, you have a very unique style. Where do you get most of your ideas and inspiration?
Yeah, well, so basically it's like, now it's really by trying stuff with the camera and just like playing around, and also because we have so many different layers of stuff, so it's like live, and then for Tino Pizza, for example, there is also puppet and 3D and 2D. In this case, it's more like model sets and 3D animation with the belly character. So like things come together, like we kind of get inspired with creating style frame, but then while working on it, it evolves so much. Like for this belly character, for example, first we thought we would do
that
something.
Was from inside the mouse just now.
Yeah. We thought we would do something with the silicon platinum, you know, like really like realistic
like
and
realistic
a bit creepy, and then so we start sculpting and doing like teeth and jaws and eyes and all that.
It was just too creepy.
And then it was really creepy, and so we're like, okay, it's not going to work. We have those really cool cookie girls, and we shouldn't. That's
that's Nena. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Nena. But let's go back to the, where is it? Okay, there. Up. And then maybe we'll jump to this. But yeah, I mean, so like the inspiration, it comes from also our style and the design, and then putting all the things. Of course, we try not to look like what the others are doing right now, you know, always, and get inspired by each other.
Yeah. Like
Julia makes a little drawing, really expressive, and I'm like, wow, this guy, that's the thing. And then I redraw it, and then she redraw it or put colors, and it's.
And then in the studio you have like, I guess, a green screen and this. And like
exactly, yeah.
Blue, green.
You do everything. Black screen.
Blue.
Black, blue, and green, because
black.
the dog is green.
Okay.
It's one of the jokes of the pilot, actually.
Okay.
He shoots himself in front of green,
right,
so you don't see him, you just see like
the invisible dog.
Yeah, no, but yeah, we can, because we also work sometimes on a really small scale, you know, like the sets you see at the back for Cookie Jar, for example, before, they are that big, you know. It's really miniature, and then we play with different lenses, and yeah, putting them together, and then in After Effects we kind of distort the image again, trying to get like the right.
And what do you use for the 3D?
So for the 3D, because I studied 3D, but I was not so good at it, and I didn't really like it. And when we started with Julia in 2006, the idea was not to do 3D at all, because everybody was doing 3D. I mean, there was still this tangible trend with tangible trend where people were starting to, but it was not also like where we wanted to go because of this character thing that we loved, and we always wanted to do that. So yeah, it was like, and then we thought like, okay, but actually we kind of like 3D again, but low poly and simple. So I do the modelization, you know, I model the 3D, and then we pass it to an animator who makes the rig and animate it for us. But it's always really snappy, really fast to animate. Like for 3D animators, it's always the dream job. They always love it because it's just like 8 frames per second or 12 frames per second, and and it's fast and fun.
Did you check out Character Animator, the Adobe Character Animator?
Yeah, we tried. But it's not like, I wish we could use it, you know? That would be like the perfect tool. But I think we still need like a couple of years until it's like really there. But I always look like every time we update the like suite,
did they do something?
I always check like, okay, can I use it now? Can I use that? Because it's going to be like the tool, it's ideal for storytelling. For storytellers like ourselves, like that's exactly what you need. Like you have the character, and then you want him to discuss and so on. But
so I'm just going to replay this one. I think it played. Yes,
it played. It did. I think. We pay attention to the details, because like inside the DJ syrup body, you see like the syrup floating, for example. Because everything is really simple, but sometimes we have an idea that's kind of complicated, and then we focus on that.
The syrup must move.
The syrup must move. When it dances, it has to. Everybody's like, okay, but you work with pictures. How are you gonna do it? And then we found a way. We reverse tracked the bottle and then stabilized it and then put it in.
Is that Mr. Potato Head? Well, maybe it's inspired from Mr. Potato Head.
Probably,
Yes, they like it.
Set.
People are like wondering like if you have pictures from your working area.
No, I mean we have tonight at the conference we show, but online it's not. We are really like...
So only for people who came to OFFF this year. You will get a sneak peek in Ben and Julia's studio in Berlin.
The problem is that it's never tidy. I mean, the post-production, it's a little bit tidy, but the atelier, it's always such a mess with all the fabric and stuff. And every time we think like, okay, we can't take a picture. It's not appealing. Maybe we will soon, but... All right, and then... I mean... We did quite a few, maybe diesel of this. That was a really cool project, this one, because we worked with a creative that was so crazy that we were like actually like really surprised with all the ideas, and then we came with the designs and the solutions, you know. But it was great, like a great team also. With the agency, like there was a really good connection with them. So it's a series of 3. So every time little setup and everything you see we have done. So basically, like the tongue is this platinum silicone I was talking about, like really realistic tongue, you know, and then the lollipop also is made of resin. So we sculpted it and then made it of resin, and we really wanted to get like this lollipop look, you know, and the little bubbles, and we had to pour like a lot of resin to be able to make one nice. But it's cool, and that's the third one with the unicorn. Before, unicorn was so trendy and everybody was putting unicorns in their portfolio.
course, the model was there without the unicorn, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a unicorn. Yes. Very cool.
This, and then maybe we can go to the... you want to show some other films, or should we go to the art
Peut-être
section?
un petit bout de ça. Ou bien
Of
peut-être
this,
la
or?
première, je sais pas si tu veux montrer le premier.
Okay, so this is the first project we ever made. That was the first music video, 1973. And
in 1973?
yeah, that's the title of the music video.
Okay.
No, so we made it in 2006.
Okay. When you opened your
Yeah,
agency.
that's the first project. Like we worked 4 months on it, doing all the really just the two of us. We had a friend in the forest when we shoot in Switzerland. But beside that, yeah, everything was really DIY and. Thank you so much, guys. Cool comment.
C'est au Diableret.
This?
Au Diableret.
Diableret. Yes.
Yeah, it's the forest where Julia used to go when she was a kid. You know, she knew all the cool places.
Yes.
And
for the family picnics.
Exactly.
Picking up mushrooms.
I always go
Good
to
ones.
L'Herborance whenever I can. That's my favorite place.
All right. Yeah, so it was already like really a lot, you know, like that's what I would, because now the style it evolved a little bit. It's not that we try to do something less childish, but I mean it's just like it depends on the project.
Yes.
But this thing where we do a lot, it's really hard for us to do something simple. We always want to put more and more and more. And some project like the diesel one, we kind of kept it like really to the core of the idea, but.
So do you storyboard that, or does this like?
Yeah,
is this like
we
work in
storyboard everything.
Yes.
Everything is storyboard, put in animatic, and then if you compare like animatic to the actual, the final cut, it's really tiny difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time the look is different. Not.
Yeah, because
less
our
less,
drawings
I would say.
also like they are really
But,
expressive, and so when I mean, sometimes. If you compare to like professional storyboards, for example, it's not like this. Like the way we draw, we really draw like cartoon, more cartoon style, and but we draw everything. This project, when I watch it, I can't help remembering all the struggle with the computer because we wanted to do it in HD.
Okay.
But yeah, 2006 for HD. On your machine, it was like a bit. It was a bit complicated, especially with all those layers and. But we managed to do it, and everything in After Effects. Of course, that's the software we use the most.
Yes, I mean people are also noticing that all the work is very diverse, very different.
Yeah, we try to because we don't try to match like the trend or what people are expecting from us. You know, like the idea was really like to understand what we wanted to do and little by little. But it's only like 10 years later, like now actually, that we kind of do exactly what we want to do. So this Tino Pizza project, that for us, it's amazing to have the ability to make our characters talk also, you know, and write the dialogues, and this is so cool because it's kind of frustrating when you do music videos. You do all this work, and the characters they can sing a little bit.
Yeah, maybe make like a little
but
choir or something.
but the voice is not really the one you want, you know, and the length also is defined by the song and so on. So, I mean, it's quite late, I would say. Like, I always envy the artists who manage to get to that's some behind the scenes. But there is no. Our studio is not. No, but let's go to art. There. So you see, like in the art section, you have lots of animated GIFs. That's also something that came naturally, like just to have fun with the stuff, you know, like taking the characters out of the music video or their world and kind of use them in a different fashion. And then because we were making so many GIFs, because people always put you like etiquettes, you know. Then we start to get this thing where we were like
requests for gifts. Yeah,
we were like the gift guys, and like the German televisions came to us and like, okay, so gifts is really your thing. You love it, and it's true. But we I remember when Julia was still in Switzerland, we were writing each other, and we would design little gifts to make like you know, like just to please the other one and laugh and. So, and GIFs, it's great because you don't have to animate 24 frames per second. You're like, and I think people still like this rhythm, you know, like we don't have to go 60 frames now. The televisions they go 50 or 60 frames per second. It's really disturbing me. I can't even watch the movie, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So we took the totally opposite direction, and we kind of slow down everything, you know, and I think it's a good feeling, you know, when it's slow and you can actually watch, and it's not so.
I think that's an important point because, like you mentioned, like all these super frames and also like 3D cinema.
Yeah.
I just can't, you know. My kids can't. They don't like it.
It feels overreal. It's too much. Like you. So I think the distance is. What I like about the GIFs and the slow animation is that first of all you see the craft and you can feel it, and also it's more human, I guess. Yeah, that's so you see like all the
Turkey.
These are like
the little designs. The Turkey guy. It's part of 12 days of leftovers where we had to design 12 different puppets, you know. And it was really cool. We had the chance to work with a puppeteer from the Jim Henson company in New York, and it was great. Also, like to be able to design and create everything in Berlin, and then we flew to New York with all the puppets, you know, and then we shot it there.
And the TSA like that when you came in.
Okay,
like
so the full story is that we were supposed to do it. And then, like, the production said, no, I think we were like, oh, but if they stop us at the customs, and so they sent a producer to fly also with the puppets, just in case, like he has a problem, he's American, he can like say like, okay, it's mine.
These two strange people from Berlin with their puppets, what do they want?
You know how it is. You don't get in the US like that, and especially with the food. That looks so creepy, you know, and you're not even able to bring French cheese. So you can imagine those guys, it would have been insane. And so those, like, it's a big mix now of like various music videos and projects. I would like to just go, like, that's some street art stuff we sticked around in Berlin. Like, that's the Three Finger from the music video we just watched. These are characters from this big project we started in 2010 called Kalouk. It's like more like an art project, and it was installation where we the first one, it was like, so it's this guy, the white dog Kalouk, but let me try to find like the best picture. It's up there. Yeah, there. There it is. And so it was like the exhibition we did at Pictoplasma. It was in 3 different rooms, and it was called 3 Moments in the Life of Kalouk. So you had like the first, it was the
Kalouk
birth.
became a superstar.
Yeah. And there was the birth of Kalouk. So he is born out of the eye of a giant fish, and you see the fish scale there, and that's the eye. And we created an audio guide, you know, like you get now in every museum, you know. And because we kind of liked also this approach where you don't have to hear everybody commenting your art, and you're like a little bit in your world, you know. And so my cousin composed the original music. We worked with him on multiple projects. And so you had the music and the story in this room, and then you go to the other room, and it was the coronation of Kalouk. So basically this, but it's not only this, it's like this. This was in the Gaîté Lyrique in Paris also, in the museum. So that's the mother of Kalouk, that's the father of Kalouk, Narouk, and that's Kalouk. And so you have like all the mythology, all the myth around this. And then the last room was the death of Kalouk. And then the year after, we did another exhibition called The Second Life of Kalouk, because it's he has like 7 lives.
Okay.
And so then we developed the script, and so that will be the next thing. If we get millions with the Tino Pizza, then you can expect to see Kalouk.
Yes. So
soon.
So Kalouk needs to be reborn. Yes. Awesome. So are you guys like, do you guys have specific areas of interest? Like, is there something that you like to do more, or you like to do more, or like, do you both draw, or is it just like symbiosis?
Yeah, we both draw, like all the fabric you do, like all the sewing, like
So
sometimes you have
first
assistant also.
we work both on the ideas, then usually Ben's write the...
I write down, I formulate
down,
the...
and then I do usually the photos, and if we shoot together. And then all the craft stuff. Usually
on the paper she's really the art director.
I do,
because even if I design, even if I do the drawings, okay, maybe it's let's say like just for the people to see the different styles. So okay, so this is Julia there. This is like both of us. This is all both of us. Then that's Julia painting there. Okay, this I did. This I drew, for example, and Julia made all the colors for the Tahiti Boy logo. This is Julia's painting. This is Julia again.
This is your Photoshop.
This is mine. This is some Photoshop collage. Here the clay also, like this is Julia. But we both work like, okay, here the little fish, for example, I did, and then Julia painted it.
So did you make that with clay, or?
We work with Chavant, Super Sculpey, and then now more and more resin, silicone, and and molding everything with like silicone molds and stuff.
I can just imagine the studio. With all the
the
I know
studio,
working with resin, it's like very messy.
It's messy. We have a special room just for that, dedicated to this.
It's clean now.
No,
it's clean now.
You have to clean
now,
you have
okay,
to work with a huge plastic, and then you wrap everything and put it. But it's cool.
It's so
really
cool,
exciting.
so cool, so cool. So I think our first guest is ready.
Yes? Oh, great.
So Caroline, let me see. I'm just going to close a few windows here. Here. Hello, Caroline. How are you? Please come here in the middle.
Caroline. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Ah, yes, it's already open. So, hello, welcome to Adobe Live and OFFF 2017. And thank you for submitting your portfolio online. So, and congratulations to have been chosen.
Yeah, it's really nice.
With Ben and Julia, and this is a great opportunity, I think, to have, for them to have a look at what you do. And
I think it's a great opportunity for me, but okay.
And introduce yourself, and let's get this going.
Okay. So, hello, I'm Caroline from Studio Gaudard. I am a freelance graphic designer from Belgium.
Okay.
And I mainly do branding and 3D illustration.
Okay.
And I try to make my branding a little more playful with the 3D illustration also. And I also like painting, so sometimes there's also paintings in my portfolio. So that's about it, I think.
Yeah, nice.
So, have you seen the portfolio before?
Yeah, we have seen it, but we are curious to see it with you. Maybe you can show us the...
I put, on my Behance, I put more like my free work, sometimes also client work like this. But mostly on my Behance, it's like the personal projects.
Okay.
Because I really want those to stand out, and that's obviously the thing that passionates me the most, because it's the free work or the personal work. So, how do I close this? Okay. So.
Do you want to scroll more? Wait.
Yeah.
I know people have trouble with my trackpad.
Yeah, with me it's the other way around. So I was.
Okay. Yes.
But when I say free work, I mean I'm completely free from restrictions. So that's why I like the personal work. Of course, sometimes a little bit more than the client work. So I hope that I can evolve into a stage where I can do this or do the painting and do the like.
So this is the personal, huh?
No, this is a cover I made for a Belgian paper.
Okay.
So that was like my first 3D assignment, like big assignment.
It's really cool, huh? And so the 3D you did on which software?
Cinema 4D.
You use Cinema 4D, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I try to combine 3D in like a flat environment, like 3D and 2D. I would like to combine those. So I'm trying to find my way into that, really.
All right.
And then, yeah, I also like the painting. So I'm just trying to find a way to combine everything I like to do.
Can you show it? So that's there.
That's my latest, my very latest piece, but that's of course 2D, so I'm shifting all the time between 2D and 3D.
Nice.
Is that digital painting or?
Yeah, I make this in Photoshop with a Wacom Cintiq.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you work from you take a photo and you work from it, or you just start from
I have
scratch?
2 screens, and I put a photo of Ryan in this case on the one screen, and then I paint on my Wacom.
Okay.
And I start with line work, and then sometimes I can work fast because if his nose is too high, I just drag the nose a little bit lower. I don't have to paint it all over again. So that's what I like about digital painting. You don't have to always like. You do have Control Z, but you don't have to. Yeah, it's just a lot faster than traditional painting.
Yes.
Go back.
Cool. And what's your favorite project? Is something you would like to?
I really like to do this one. This is something I made for a party in Antwerp, and it's I really like the music. So it's a concept of London Calling and British pop music and rock music, and somehow it fits my style also. So I really like to do this, like cultural work and something I can be very playful with.
And how do you find clients?
It really
they
depends.
Find you or through the BNs? Or?
I don't really have one way of clients coming in. It's like people talk about me or they see me on Instagram. Instagram is also a very good way of exposure. It's just coming from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So I don't really have an idea of. I've been very lucky up until now because I've been freelancing for 1.5 years.
Okay.
And I've already had some like big clients like university, national TV, Belgian paper, and I have no idea. I just work very hard. I hustle. I show my work to a lot of people. I'm here, so I don't know.
And then they contact you, and what's the process like? When you do an image like this, for example, like you sketch them, and then you.
I first send a sketch, and then make them feedback, and then I just see if it's okay for me to do adaptations inside of the budget. And sometimes they want me to start over, and then I just add some more budget, and then sometimes it's not possible. And if I'm really passionate about the project, then I'm not so tight about the budget. But it's a learning process.
Okay.
You just go back to, because one thing you mentioned that is very important is there are things you like to do and things you don't like to do. And I think it's very important on your portfolio to very focus on only the things you want to do.
True,
okay, a portfolio is not necessarily like everything you did, right? And it's also an opportunity to find your niche, to find your, like your point of interest. And another thing I noticed is, for example, this is super interesting. And you talked about it, but there is very little information, right?
Yeah, I know. I should
write some text.
At this moment, I focus more on my website.
Okay.
But I know that Behance has like a big, if not even more, potential of finding clients for these kind of projects. So I know that I should put a little more time into branding the pages and making it more. But of course, this is just a cover. So
but there is an idea, and what people are interested in is
the sketches and stuff.
No, not necessarily. Well, the process, of course, but also the way you think. Because we see like millions of final artwork, and but if you don't know, exactly how your thinking was and why you did it, and and like, yeah, it's a little bit of...
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you start like this, first of all, there is something, when you start, there is this little magical moment, you know, like the first 2 years, let's say, where people contact you. And they really do, because you have this energy and they can feel it, you know, because you're starting, and then also they think like, because you're new, they can get something out of you that no one else is giving, you know. But then, like, you will see through your career, then it starts to, at one point, of course, like, it kind of slow down, you know, and also yourself, like, you've been doing some stuff, so you're like, oh, I don't want to do this again and again. And then there was this question of, like, what I want to do and what I've done, but I don't really like, but still, should I show it? And I remember us, we started, like, a fake company, you know. And with but the name, but it was a really, like, not a good idea at all, because nobody ever went on the website, and we spent so much time like designing it and making it. But we thought like, okay, it's what we do. It's too crazy. We don't get enough jobs.
We need something more corporate.
So I tell you
yes.
the title. It was called Posterior, and it was
post-production.
So it was like post-production, like more post-production oriented, you know. And but Posterior, that means the ass, you know, in French.
Yeah,
the bottom.
And so then, in the logo, we made a little joke in the there was a bar, and then it looked like a little ass, you know. And then it was like, okay, that's for the shitty jobs. So we have Posterior for the shitty jobs, and then Bennett Julia for the jobs we like, without really realizing kind of.
But
nobody ever saw. It's just like pointless. Like you just need to really focus on what you really like, you know, what you're really good at. And then the money thing, it's sometimes it's it's just like the networking. It's really like your friends, the agencies and the production companies you work with, or your clients. Sometimes you can call them and say like, hey. Now it's really the moment. If you have something, even if it's not interesting, I don't mind. I do it, you know. And then you keep your personal like world going on, you know, and developing this. And I think like also from another point of view, like from the people from outside, when they look at you, they will respect you much more for that, you know. And I think that's the main point. It's like how you see yourself, how people see yourself as an artist, and if you like. Because now that's the big trend, because we are surrounded by images. It's like when you pitch, you just take like all the references you like, and you show them what you think they want to see. But they will not pick you out of that, you know. Like it will again, like that's something we have done because that's the way everybody does it. We've seen like treatments, and we thought, okay, that's how people do it. We take like references, but it's not worth it.
We show you the mood board. Yeah,
it's better you do just one image that's really close to what you want to do, you know, or something you've done in the past, and say like, okay, this is, I think, like the angle I would take. I would do something totally different, but that's what you can watch and think like, okay, she's gonna go in pretty much in this direction. But it's cool, and the Behance for you, it's a tool. Like you really use it. It helps you like finding clients and okay.
Yeah, yes. but I didn't realize up until a week ago or something that I start to get to know a lot of 3D artists right now, because I'm starting to get into that scene, and some of them told me that Behance is actually the way to go for that and for. Yeah, but I just didn't realize. I thought I need a website and I need. You know?
Because also it's so easy to update, you know.
And it's a community. And you know, if you're going to do 3D, other 3D artists will look at your 3D, you know. And if it's awesome 3D, these people will say, "Oh, that's awesome 3D," and then maybe you get the little Behance thing, that's 3D, you know, Hall of Fame or whatever. And this is how you grow.
That's the thing that I like about it, because on your website you don't really get any feedback or comments, but on Behance you can really. But I realize that I have to put a bit of work in it and just get it to the next level, and
it's
also
really,
try and find
it's your
a niche.
opportunity to, like I always say, people who come here and like show their Behance portfolio, you have all the words in your head because you talked to us. Put them on the page, you know, and this will make it so much easier, because you know, agencies and customers are really starting to use this tool to. And they want to know you, and not necessarily, you know, yes, they like your work, but they want to know how you think, how how you approach things.
Also, I have to say, like when we started, and now we think we still have to do it again a little bit, but every week we had like 2 hours where we would do prospecting, like calling, writing emails. So there is like a fine line between like, how do you say, like when you're really bothering the people with
spamming.
Spamming. So like newsletter and something like that, sometimes it's not really the good way to go, but still like contacting people directly. All career, like the all Ben & Julia's career is based on that. Because we contacted each production company we've worked with, and we have worked with quite a few, I have to say. None of them has contacted us directly. Never happened. We always contacted them, and then you feel like, oh, guys, hello, we have Ben & Julia, and you really don't know how to approach them, and most of the time they don't have time, they say no, but sometimes they say yes, and then, like I remember this production company, Skinflix, it doesn't exist anymore, but it was in London, great production company, we loved the guys who were running this, and it all started just with the email, like without even meeting, and he was like, yeah guys, I'm sure I can find jobs for you. I come over, and then he flew to Berlin, and then we got to meet him, and then we start to work right away, you know. And then we are like, yeah, that's hopefully we do, and I still do it, you know, like from time to time. I write a little line to an agent, I don't know, in New York or whatever, and then sometimes they don't answer, but if the right moment, you know, if you catch them at the right time, and they see something, and then they have this project, and they say like, okay, that's perfect, that's the perfect match. Let's work with her, and then, yeah, this you have to do, and it's really important. Like, even if it's a lot of no and no and no, you know, but you just do it 2 hours a week. You focus on that. You say, okay, every Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So then you are a bit international also.
2 o'clock.
Yes, but with the US, no, but with the US, you know, you have to. So they get it in the morning, and it doesn't go in the spam directly. So more like end of the day.
Do you have kind of a selection system? Like the companies you contact are those companies that, you know, in my head there's kind of a limit. Like I'm maybe not ready to work for Nike. I don't know. I'm just saying a company's name, but I might be ready for like a Belgian paper. Do you set a limit, or do you just go for whatever dream client?
The limit. So so this is. I mean, it's quite interesting. So in the personal development, you know, there is this big trend, and so many books about that, like personal development and trying to be like a better person in work and also like in the social life. And this we have done. Myself, I read a lot about that, and there is something called like in English, I don't remember, like neuronal reconditioning or something like this, where it's like you just set all the maximum where you want to go, you know. You set it in your head, and then you kind of work on this with a little book, you know, and like a book you design, and you say, okay, that's exactly where I need 5,000 a month, I need this, I need that, I want to be able to go on holiday once a year because I love Asia, whatever.
You set out your ideal
you write
life.
exactly what you want, you know, and then every morning you read it, and you're like, okay, that's exactly what I need to get there, you know, and there is a point where you don't even need to open the book anymore, it's really in you, and all the decisions, all the yes, all the no, everything you will do will be like you do it with the instinct, you know, like because your brain has been like reconditioned in a fashion that you're gonna go straight to the point.
Caroline, thank you for swinging by. we have to look at one more portfolio online.
Okay.
So I hope that was useful.
Definitely, yes.
So thank you for swinging by.
Yeah,
thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
good luck. Oh, yes.
Good luck, please.
I'm sorry. Okay. Do I?
Yeah, over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And congratulations.
So
for
we
the
have
work.
one more
cool,
portfolio to look at, and that's the portfolio of Wouter Zaman from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And motion designer, illustrator from the Netherlands. So Wouter, if you're in the chat, please make yourself noted, so that maybe if you have questions for Ben and Julia, that would be great. So I'm just gonna, like for most of the online portfolios, I ask you guys, you know, what is it that you want to see, like what piques your interest that you would like to look at?
Can I see this?
This one, broadcaster. Okay. I like how the explanation is here. Scroll down for the video.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that is.
Nice.
So let's see. Let's watch the video.
Okay.
Oh, it's a very long video, but oh, Wouter, yes, he's here. All right, Wouter. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. So we don't hear the music, of course.
Yeah,
but
no, but
you want to comment on this, or do you want to see something else from Wouter?
yeah, let's see something else. Me, I would like to see up there this.
The hunter.
The hunter. Yeah. That's really cool, huh? Nice. What?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so it was a poster, or he made a...
Yeah, so maybe
it's
it's
a proper poster,
for
huh?
placement, yes.
Yeah.
How? Oh, did Wouter ask something? No. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit on the point of choosing between illustration and animation, so not a lot of animation at this moment. Okay,
yeah.
But the illustration
no, but the illustration
is on a
it's
good,
amazing.
good
Yeah,
path.
it's great.
Yeah.
So is it like hand-drawn and then the colors are digital, or?
We have to wait because like live is
yeah,
30 seconds delay. Yeah.
We see.
And what we
but
do,
I really like the influences.
But you know, one thing that I noticed also on the portfolio is that illustration is a very big part of the portfolio. So if illustration is what you want to do, I think, you know, there's some really interesting things.
I like this a lot also. Some feel good.
It's all done with iPad. It's all done with the iPad Pro. Oh, the drawing from before.
Oh, right, nice.
Ah, interesting, yes. So Apple Pencil and Oh, nice.
Really cool stuff. Is it based on a travel you made, or because like when we started also we are really influenced by the traveling. We went to India and Asia, trying to go like every year, and then bring back like some really cool pictures and visual, like going to temples.
Cinema 4D and Photoshop, the other one. Okay. Let's look at one last one.
Yeah, the Paloma Faith.
Paloma Faith. Perfect contradiction. Oh, so this is Cinema 4D, I think.
Yeah, it's really striking, and I think the images are really powerful. Now it's more like a matter of what you want to express. Like if we look like the different projects, there is no real link. Like you can tell it's like really based on every.
A lot of experimentation in different areas.
Different
Yes.
What I would like to see coming together is like one
direction.
Yeah, one direction. Yeah. Because technically it's like really really slick, really nice. And but yeah, some little stories, you know, like.
Yeah, the same thing that that I always say about these Behance portfolio reviews. Put information about the work, like write about it. It doesn't take much time, but it's
what is it about and
what is it about? You know, I understand this is the Voynich code, and maybe it's a T-shirt, but I don't know what it is. What the concept is. Is it voodoo? Is it Buddhist? What is it? You know, I need more information. I think that's the things that that I invite you to.
Yeah, because also people stay longer. Like if it's just images, you go like this, you know, and then.
Yeah.
But when you have text, then you think like, okay, that's a proper.
So I think that's a good advice to choose some area and like focus on that for a while and see where that takes you.
Yeah, like picking one, like let's say the hunter, you know, that should be like that should be like a series of
yes,
of guys like of masks,
yeah,
because it's really cool. And then if you start like making 5 of those, then that's when clients say like, okay, perfect, we can do a series, we can do this.
Well. Thank you, Wouter, for sharing your portfolio.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben and Julia.
Thank you.
That was great. And you talked a little bit. Yeah, so that's good. And yes, and I wish you the best of luck for your talk this afternoon. And thank you for swinging by at Adobe Live.
Thank you for inviting us.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye guys. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more incredible guests here at adobelive.com. So stay tuned and see you in a second.